We're on the phone today with Lars Chris. He is the guitarist for the band Lion's Share. They've got a new single out. It's called Under Attack. Hey, Lars, how you doing today?
Hey, Dustin. I'm good. How you doing?
I am excellent. Thank you so much for taking the time out with me today.
Oh, no problem. My pleasure.
Awesome, man. Well, Lion's Share has a new single out, Under Attack. Can you tell the listeners a bit about it?
Yeah, since our last album, we decided to release a new digital single every 2-3 months to gain the fan base and keep the interest up because of the COVID and stuff. So this is the latest one, and it's the title came from when we wrote a song. We usually just use some words, to come up with the melody, and we sang Under Attack and it stuck. So we had to create the lyrics around it, and since the situation is like it is these days, we decided to include a bit of the virus and just not just war and bombs and stuff. So we dedicated each verse to a different theme that we're under attack from different things, more or less.
Excellent. Yeah, and I know you have a new video out for the song as well. Who's playing with you on this new song? I know you guys kind of have a rotating lineup.
Yeah, it's me and Nils Patrick Johansson. We're the band, and then we use his son Nils Fredrik Johansson on drums, and Luz is the bass player, and he was on the first Lion's Share album actually back in '95. So he's been a friend for a long time and an excellent bass player. And whenever we need keyboards, we use Kai Backlund, who formed the band with me back in the day and was also on the first 3 albums. So we keep it in the family, so to speak.
Yeah, it's an interesting setup with Lion's Share, where basically you and Nils, the singer, and various guest musicians. How did that decision come about to just have kind of you guys and then whoever you want to fill out the band?
I work as a producer and mixer for a living, so we have everything in house more or less, and Nils Patrick can record his vocals at home as well. So we don't really need any outside people to come up with the songs and to record a very decent demo, and then we just bring in whoever we need to make the final touches, and then I mix it. So that's probably how it came about. We don't really need a full band to be in a rehearsal studio and try out stuff. We can do it pretty smoothly, and also, I mean, we've been around, and whenever there's a band, there's another will, and it could lead to tension, and it's just easier. We get along well, we work well, we have the same influences, and we have the same goal for what Lion's Share should sound like. So it's simple, it's easy to have 2 persons come up, write the songs, and make the decisions. That's basically it.
Yeah, I know there's been a lot of turnover in the band over the years, but you and Nils obviously work together. It makes sense to keep that setup you have once you find somebody, a partner that you gel with. Definitely, not a lot of bands find that person their whole career.
Yeah, it's all about chemistry. He started in the band 2003, so we've been working together for a very long time, and we've done side projects and stuff, but we always kept writing and stuff. So yeah, he's great.
The new single Under Attack is out. I've read there's a new album maybe in the works, or is it finished, or what's the status on that?
Yeah, it could be finished, because we started releasing these digital singles in, I think it was 2017 or 18. So I think we must have released 8 or 9 songs already. So we could easily put together an album. Obviously, I need to go back and maybe remix something so it holds together. But we have plenty of songs, and we keep on writing new songs. So it's I know we can come up with a killer album, because we had the luxury to be able to work on it for so long. And the plan was actually to release a new album 2020, and we we put together a live lineup, and we went down to Germany to do 2 headline shows, and everything looked great. This was 6th and 7th of March, and then on the 10th, pretty much all of Europe, went into lockdown.
Sure.
So had those shows been like 1 weekend later, they wouldn't have happened. So obviously we need to tour to promote an album. So we decided to, put it on hold and keep releasing the singles every 2-3 months to keep the interest up and to gain more fans. But as soon as we can go out and tour, we will put out a new album for sure.
Excellent. Yeah, I know it's got to be tough for you. You mentioned having all this time to work on things, and you got all these songs kind of stockpiling, but you don't want to release an album now when you can't tour on it. So it's definitely an interesting time here. I don't think anyone's ever dealt with something like this before.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, huge challenge for everybody. But the vaccine is here, and hopefully things will change. Maybe not this year, but hopefully next year we can go out and tour again.
Well, Lars, I know you've been playing for a long time. Can you talk a bit about your style, your playing style, and some of the guys maybe who influenced you when you were coming up?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hugely influenced by Tony Iommi when it comes to riffs. He's the master of riffs. I love those doomy style riffs, and also I grew up with the whole new wave of British heavy metal. So, Judas Priest, Saxon, Megadeth, Maiden, all those kinds of bands are like in my DNA. And when it comes to lead guitar playing, I'm a huge fan of George Lynch from Dokken, and Gary Moore during the 80s, Uli Roth from the Scorpions, Michael Schenker also from the Scorpions. Those kind of like melodic but still flashy players that comes from like the blues side of things. But when it comes to riffs, no one beats Tony Iommi.
I think I first saw you guys, or became aware of a Lion Share on an old Manowar DVD that was released years ago. I think that's when I first saw you guys.
Yeah, we actually did a tour with it was Manowar, Dio, and Motorhead, and Lion Share were opening up back in end of '99. Monsters of the Millennium tour, it was called. So it was a couple of weeks, 3.5 weeks or something, touring with those guys. And then when we put out the Emotional Coma album in 2007, we got invited to play Manowar's own festival down in Germany called the Magic Circle Festival. So that's how it came about. So we knew them from before. But great guys, always, all those bands we tour with were really great. As a memory for life.
Yeah, you mentioned the festivals and stuff. We have passionate metal fans here in the States, but I'm always amazed by the metal fans in Europe. It seems like they find bands that they like, and then they are diehard fans for the rest of their lives, it seems. Yeah,
and we, there was some grunge thing going on here, but not as much as in the US. So it kept on going here, and we have to thank mainly, I guess, Germany, because they're really true metal fans down there, and it's been growing. It was a little dip during the 90s, but since the early 2000s, it's only been going up here. So fortunately, we don't have the grunge and hip hop taking over as much as in the US, from what I hear. So hopefully it will change over in the States as well. We always had a great following, and I see the stats from digital streaming and stuff, and after Sweden, it's USA, and it's been, and also our last album, Dark Hours, sold real well there. So I think we have something that attracts the American metal fans.
Yeah, I think it's, as you mentioned, at least for me anyway, the metal here, it kind of goes with whatever the new trends are. So you'll see some of the, the hip hop or, whatever it is kind of make its way into the metal, where, over there, you guys, you figured out how to rock, and you still do it. And And I think that's something, for fans like me that kind of miss, you mentioned the Man of Wars and the Motorheads and, that kind of sound. It doesn't seem like it's being made today, at least here in the States anyway.
Yeah, now it's pretty big here, and we also have, plenty of festivals with those kind of bands in every country over here. So, thankfully, we live here, so it's not that far to tour and play these festivals and expensive and stuff. So, but I really hope it will change in the US as well. I look back at the glory 80s and the US Festival and stuff like that. That would be something.
Well, have you had much chance to tour the States? I know you've been a few times, but is that tough for you guys to get the entire show over, across the sea here and do a proper tour in the States?
Yeah, it is, and also I think it's such a huge country, so it doesn't matter if we go over and do 5 shows or something. We need to stay there for a couple of months, going around the country. Otherwise, it won't make any mark. I don't think so. Of course, we would love to play these 70,000 tons cruises and monsters of rock, whatever they call them, even Prog Power, which we never played, but. To be able to make a mark, I think you need to really tour all over America and stay for a long time.
Well, hopefully, once things kind of get back to normal, you'll be able to get back out on the road. And I know, again, Under Attack from Lion's Share is out now. Is there anything else maybe we should be watching out for? I know the album's almost finished, but will we have another single or two coming up soon?
Yeah, we hope so. End of May, probably. We try to keep this every 2-3 months, and so obviously we have released before Under Attack we have released a bunch of singles that people can check out, and we also did a tribute to Lemmy around I think it was on his death day on the 28th of December. We released a cover of Killed by Death, and we had Mickey D, the drummer, introduce the video, so people can check out that as well. It's on YouTube and obviously on Spotify and everywhere, but the video is on YouTube with Mickey D.
Well, again, Lars, I'm a big fan of yours. I really appreciate your time today, and hopefully we can see you guys here in the States when everything's back up and running again.
Thanks for the support, and my pleasure.
And again, that was guitarist Lars Chris of the band Lion's Share. And the new single from Lion's Share, Under Attack, is out now.